Hey everyone, and welcome to the HR Vision podcast. I'm your host, Ivo, and every week I'm going to have a conversation that matters about HR. This week I have with me Sanne de Groot. Welcome, Sanne. How are you?
Hi, Ivo. Thank you. Well, I'm very good. Thanks.
All right, good to have you. Did I pronounce the last name right?
Yes, you did. Lots
Good,
of
good.
practice, I guess.
Yeah. I've been all morning practicing. So Sanne joined FourVision around 5 months ago as an engagement manager, and she comes from a completely different background. Fact that I think it will be very interesting to discuss. So let's get to it. Sanne, you ready?
Yep, I am.
All right. Let's start from the beginning, from you, yourself. Tell us a bit about yourself, your personal, and a bit about your personal and professional background.
Okay. Well, I am born in the Netherlands, in Arnhem, to be most specific. I'm 37 almost, and I did my studies in communication, actually, which is a very wide range of all kinds of things that you learn. And I spent most time working at an advertising agency. So I was in between the developers of all kinds of artistic stuff. So designers, and also had also lots of contact with the customer. So I was in between. Customer wanted a really nice product, and the developers, designers needed to make it, and I was in between making sure it went right. So that was for most of the time offline stuff. So brochures, things that will end up in your in your
Mail.
Door, in your mail, or your doormat, with every week advertisements. So that's what I did for, I think, like almost 8 years. And then I moved within that same company towards more program, more developer things, more implementation consultant role, because the thing I always liked during my time there was knowing more about certain programs that we used, and that had my interest, and I was always willing to help, and I could always help others with the programs, because sometimes you really have to dive into it to get to know them, and I really like that. So that's why I stepped in the role there as a implementation consultant, to help others with knowing more about the program and working with it.
Others inside the company, or the clients that the company had?
No, inside that company,
Inside
the
company.
same agency, advertising agency. I did that. Yeah.
All right. Interesting. So very broad, but also very tech. So you start shifting towards tech.
But still, you are in the middle of the process, and in between all kinds of parties. So that is still the same, but the environment changed a little bit.
For sure. So at that time, now that you are working with us in an HR technology company, at that time, did you have any idea about what HR was as a function? What was your understanding then of the different phases of HR, if you had any,
Yeah, well, of course, I have my own experience in when you apply for a job, which is not always a very positive one, of course, due to the process or all the errors you get when you want to apply, etc., or no follow-up from recruiters. And on the other hand, on the other hand, I have a friend who studied HR, so from her I know a little bit more about HR, but still lots of still a lot to learn for me about HR, but
I can imagine. It's pretty similar with me as well. So that was basically my experience with HR before getting here, or HR technology whatsoever. I never thought about. I was booking my holidays on systems and doing those kind of things in other companies, and I never thought about maybe there are companies that actually provide these systems. And
exactly.
That's where we are now.
So now I'm in this business. I see a lot of more things appearing. Also, we're booking a hotel, etc., and all kinds of other systems, even for vaccination, etc. How it works, and that there is so much behind it, more than you know.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's talk about that move. You joined FourVision because you were specifically looking. I don't think so, but what happened there for this move? You needed some change.
Yeah, there was an opportunity created by Brit, my coworker. I worked with her in the advertising agency before, so we knew each other already. And she thought, okay, maybe this girl can do something in my team. So she asked me, and I was very enthusiastic. So and then it went really quick, and then I joined FourVision. And yeah, it's a really nice and young team. I'm the oldest, so that's also something new.
So it's very young. Very young.
Yeah, and yeah, we are actually quite a small team within FourVision. We work for our partner Phenom people. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, no, I was about to ask. You joined as an engagement manager. That's your title, official title. Yeah. So, what does that entail? You know, what exactly an engagement manager does?
Yeah, it's emphasize the relationship between like you're in the middle of the whole process again, with the developers on the one side and the customer on the other side, and in this case also Phenom as a third party. So you're in between all these processes and try to keep everyone on speed, everybody happy, so that everything will be delivered on time, and the right people are working on the right things. So that is the main thing that I'm doing actually.
It's a sort of a project manager.
Yeah, project. Yeah.
Kind of a position.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you mentioned Phenom. Phenom is one of our partners for the talent experience management platform. So what can you say for people? I don't think we ever spoke about Phenom, what Phenom does, but maybe you can give like an introduction about what Phenom does with us.
Sure. Before I worked with FourVision, I also didn't know Phenom. But now I know a lot more about them. They are a very large party in the United States who created their own career platform. And the main thing that they do is create a whole experience for leads. So people who doesn't apply yet or didn't finish their application, but are interested in your jobs. And so they can leave their email address or get connected in a certain way, point out their interests, what kind of function they now do, or what kind of skills they have. And based on that, they get notifications or recommendations for jobs that fit their profile. And for the customer side, it's really convenient to see like which people are interested in your company, trying to apply or willing to apply maybe, but did not do that yet. So you can get in contact with them first instead of waiting before they apply for your jobs, and then you can actually do something with them and interact with them. So it makes the market a little bit, like a lot broader actually for companies to interact with the people who are interested in the company.
Okay, so it widens the possibility of companies to reach out to the market before, instead of being reactive, being proactive. That's basically what it is.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so they support this kind of, they have this talent tracking, for example, software or whatever. They can actually find talent with their platform?
Yeah, they provide a website for customers, which is interacting with the ATS of a customer. ATS is an application tracking system, which most customers use to track the applications and the statuses of the applications, and if somebody's hired or not, or rejected, etc. So all kinds of communication after somebody applies. And Phenom then provides a platform, like a website, where all the vacancies are pulled from the ATS. So they are all visible in the platform on that website, and people can apply or can leave their email, etc. So it just looks like a normal, regular website with all kinds of vacancies, but then some things implemented where, to get people, to get their data, so you can interact with them before they even apply.
Yeah, it's kind of it seems like a marketing tracking system, like a CRM, kind of a lead management, but for talent.
Yeah, right? For talents. Yeah, there is also a CRM, of course, where they can track all the applicants, but it's also for customers really convenient to also do changes on the website themselves, because in most websites it's not very easy for customers to access the CMS. But in Phenom, it's really easy to make changes by yourself, make pages by yourself. So you can create even more content, specific for specific target groups, whatever you like. So
they provide kind of a content management system behind that website. That's great. Okay. Okay, that's pretty clear. Just there's like a feature they have that really excites you, or that you never thought that it was possible. Is there something like that there, or?
I think the whole platform is just something that you would really need if you have a company, like to interact with people who didn't apply yet but are interested in your company. I think that's really valuable, instead of waiting before they apply. So it gives you lots of insights in who finds you, who is your audience, and also who you don't see back on your website and who you want to target. If you don't see people in a specific age group or with specific skills or etc. Mm-hmm. So you can even target better on that group.
Very interesting. Yeah. So if we go to you these 5 months or 6 months that you've been here working with the different system, how has it been? Like are you enjoying the experience? Are you learning a lot of things? What are the most interesting things that you learned so far in this HR world?
Well, I learned a lot of things, because it started all in the first week already with some training and with a certification to be a power user in the system. So you really need to know like what is actually possible in this system, because the main issue is that that I'm able to help the customers who are who don't have the knowledge yet. So you have to point them in the right direction. Yeah. And it's I'm learning every day, and I really like the contact with the developers and the customer, and being in between everybody and making sure it all ends well and everybody's happy.
Nice. Okay. I want to touch a subject here that I think Phenom talks about, which is the fact that you are proactive on the research for talent and getting talent to your platform and to apply to your for your positions or for your open positions, opens the topic of employer branding, which is in marketing we do a lot of branding, but we never think about the employer branding and the importance of it, which is put yourself out there as a great recruiter or a great company to work for, so you get people in without actually having to do announcements or publications on social media about your hiring stuff. What can you tell us about what you've learned so far with the way employer branding works for companies?
Yeah, of course you have the brand guidelines that you apply on the platform as a company, so you're visible and you're recognizable. But also with Phenom, there are campaigns to be made for your specific audience, and you can also track when there is an advertisement somewhere on LinkedIn or on some other website or anywhere as a banner. You can track these you can track the people who are coming in through those channels. So it really gives you very much insight in where your people are coming from and what works for them. So if there are just a few people coming in from your campaign that you're doing, and you tried another channel, like you did Facebook for some reason, and it doesn't drive many people into your funnel, then maybe it's time to think about another channel to use, like bannering on another website, or using Instagram, or going more on LinkedIn, or whatever you can imagine. So you can track these people who are from which channel they're coming from. So that is really worthwhile. So you can really see where they're coming from. So it's I think it makes your you can draw more people into your funnel by knowing where to find them in this way. So data driven, it's really important. Without data, you don't know what you're doing actually.
Absolutely, I totally agree. Are you able to share anything on that website? I guess is it common to have there like interviews with employees, or companies do that to just show other people what is happening, right?
What is recommended is that you share content made by your employees, like a vlog, or blogs, or articles, or videos, or a walk through the building, or a day with somebody who works there, or etc. So those kind of content is really valuable, like moving content. So not only static pieces that you only read, but also interaction. And that is highly recommended, and not every company does that, but I think companies also have to grow in that, because you have to find people who want to interact on your website. You have to make those videos, you have to make it attractive, etc. So it costs also a lot of time to start it up, but I think if you find your way in it, it's more easy to release more content every month, some new content, etc., to make sure that people find what they need, and they have a better view on how your company is working, and what kind of people are working there, and what the vibe is among the people who work there.
I think it also requires a proper investment, like you're saying, of the company that is hiring to create that content, to generate interest on the careers page, let's say, and getting people interested in the situation, in the position that they're sharing on. Exactly. At the end of this conversation, I just want to ask you, like, would you, if you had a message to give to people looking for a tool in recruitment or in talent acquisition, what could you say to those people?
Don't wait passively before people apply on your jobs, but try to reach out to them before they even apply, so you can extend your audience and make sure that people get to know you, and you can get more interaction before the application. For example, through Phenom, but trying to see where your audience is and try to reach them.
All right, cool. Okay, Sanne, I think that's all we have for today. I thank you very much for your time. This was interesting, and I'll see you next time.
Okay, thank you for having me.
No problem. Thanks.
Have a nice day.